Over the week last week, there were these instances on social media that that involved Mercy Johnson and her kids, or her child rather, one of them. She's a mother of 4, attending Chrisland. That's a school. And now she had stormed the school. Now I use that word in exaggerated format. Seeking a teacher whom her daughter had reported at home over instances of bullying. And the person who, it also went on because other people added their own 2 cents to it, and a particular lady actually told about an instance that wasn't very palatable regarding her coming to school with bouncers and stuff like that, but she apologized since. However, it made me wonder, how do you attend to situations where your kids actually, the reportage that your kids bring back home from school regarding individuals, sometimes even teachers? Because in this case, her daughter had told her of a teacher who didn't like her and would constantly bully her, which made her have, she had to go to school, to contact the school and even the teacher to ask what was going on. Now, kids are very special. Kids can exaggerate, they can under-deliver, they can, you know. So how do you take what they say, sift through it, and make action on it so you don't embarrass yourself or you don't overreact? Or, you know, the many instances that could come out of this.
So in my opinion, look, if my child comes to me and says you're doing this, I'm going to believe my child first. No matter what is going on, I'm going to believe my child first. But the thing is, it is then for the parent to sit back and, you know, assess and analyze everything that's going on. It does seem like it was recurring. It wasn't just a first time and then she went to storm the school, you know. And again, this is a school that is a premium school. Let's say one of the highbrow schools that have many different parents in different captains of industry are sending their kids to this school. So it won't be the first time they're having a parent approach the school in this manner. Instances. So for me, any child, if a child feels the need to report a teacher to their parents, to me, I'm going to believe that child no matter what. I'm going to add an addendum to that. I hear you on the fact that there are some cases where kids take advantage of this attention that their parents are going to give them, etc., etc. And there is a manner in which the parents should do it. So, for instance, you're not supposed to do this in front of the child. The child is not supposed to be there when this is happening, right? But then again, she also has to figure out whether she's doing something that will affect the child later, because that teacher, is the teacher going to be dismissed? Teacher is still in that school. Teacher is going to take it out on that child.
Well, first of all, there should be some sort of, how do I put it now? There should be a procedure of how to report stuff like this. Exactly. Which should probably go to maybe a head teacher or the principal or somebody.
Which was her action, by the way.
Do you understand? Exactly. So why I mentioned the other account is that, look, you have to think, is there a precedent to this? To something like this? If there is a precedent, and that's why, because first of all, accosting the teacher in question is the last option. On that
very last option.
Particular scale of what is needed to be done. But like I said, if they have a precedent of something that has happened and of the school in question backing their teachers or their staff up, then there's a problem.
Now, the addendum I wanted to add. Now, she did say in her account of this whole thing that she had met a teacher and that she had being rudely attended to by the teacher at one point. Now, but this is the thing. You also mentioned something. You said don't do it in front of your kids. Yes. There is a certain advantage children will take from any instance when you project your either insecurities or your preference. Yeah, let me use the word preference.
Or basically undermining the teacher in front of the child.
Exactly. Right? They'd be like, oh, perhaps mommy doesn't like this teacher. Maybe it's, you know, kids will be kids. It's going to be a blanket approach to them. You don't like mommy, you don't like me. So I'm going to say this and that. I could say this and this and this about you. Now, not having these instances transpire in front of your children is actually very important. Personally, if my daughter reports anything from school, I take it. No, I don't dismiss it. It's always very important. However, the discussions that happen after that are exclusively with my wife. Like, this is what your daughter said. What do you think about this? If you do that in front of your kid, if you make her privy to all that information, she's immature. She's going to take advantage of the instance and say, oh, so this is what my father or my mother thinks about this teacher. I'm going to keep perhaps maybe rattling this teacher's cage. Their kids, they do that because of the attention,
I want to actually touch on the teacher, because there are a lot of teachers who are going through a lot of stuff behind the scenes, stressed out, frustrated with, in quote, spoiled kids, or kids that are so protected that they could be bullying these kids indirectly. They could be. They might not even feel it. They might not even know.
Yeah, exactly.
They might not
just
even
be a lack
realize.
of attention
Yes.
or a certain frustration that comes with noting that this kid is in this class.
So I have had this kind of what's the word, conversation with the teacher before. This is what my child is saying. Can you explain? Can you explain what's going on?
When they say what actually happened, that's also one. When you know that the kid might feel something is bullying, and I feel school is a learning place. They go to learn not just scholastically, but they also get to learn character, which is what you expect from a good school. And that means that there will be some sort of discipline. Of course, we are rolling out physical, discipline and all of that, but there should be some sort of discipline. So does the child interpret discipline at some point as bullying?
True.
Exactly.
Very true.
You have to be sure, because look, I want the same way I went to school and I was trained, there's some kind of training you cannot get at home.
Exactly.
And this is because of their culture at home, which they're not used to that kind of treatment.
And there's something you have to
school.
understand. You're going to understand that your child will not always have you. You have to prepare your child for the world.
Exactly.
So find out exactly what happened. What does the child interpret as bullying?
Exactly.
So the question now is, the school's policy on discipline. You need to understand the policy. What is your policy on discipline? What are the things you enforce and what are the things you do not? Are the children told to kneel down? Are they told to stand in the corner? Are they given, what sort of punishments are they given? Understand what they are and then explain to the child, these are the reasons why you were told to do this.
Exactly.
If the policies are too harsh for you, move your child from that school, because the school is not going to change their policies for you.
I love what you've just said. Exactly. I especially love the way you put it, Mike. That is actually fun. We are so privileged that we're raising soft children.
Very true. That's one thing. So
we're raising children that understand their rights and defend themselves. Doesn't mean they are soft.
But they're still kids. They can take these things maturely, and they do not.
You'll be surprised that they can take some things from their peers that they won't take from you.
True.
Because they know that.
Very true.
But when it comes to their peers, they will calm down.
Listen, hey, they're kids. You have to attend to things that reportage that they bring back home with a certain level of maturity yourself. Just take note. Hey, tell us what you think. We're going to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We will read and also perhaps maybe even make a comment. Do stay tuned. We have more on Wake Up Nigeria.